Okay, morning, folks. Welcome to the briefing on Friday, the 14th of October. As you can see from the predicted 12 o'clock chart, looks like the monkeys have been let loose with a bunch of crayons again. The bit that wasn't really definitely predictable is where this sort of set of weak fronts were going to be here. And this one just brushed the sort of south coast and the English Channel and is now heading off further south. These are weak features going through today, and you'll see that both on the satellite picture and the rainfall radar. But they will affect us, and the timing, Top Meteo and SkySight disagree on the timing on these, really. I think I'm going to go with SkySight on this one. So just a westerly flow, but again, fairly light. They're not tracking across us very quickly, that's for sure. The TAFs are just showing 204 knots, so yeah, light southwesterly. The scattered at 2.5 probably looks like what we've got now, just some upper cloud, probably above 5,000 feet, and then sort of some mid-level bits, 2.5, and then they give a prob 30 of a slight reduced visibility. But this is the one of importance. Between 11 and sort of 4 o'clock this afternoon, 7,000 meters rain broken at 1,000, and then sometime between the same time broken at 700 feet. So it's when the front gets to us, and that's just a sort of matter of timing, really. Upper winds are southwesterly, but they're not strong. Even further north, they're not particularly strong. 250, 10 knots. If you do fly, might get away with the main run, or 2-3. It's hard to say, really. Just at the moment, it depends what it's like on the airfield. Sat pick. Let me just refresh this, because I haven't looked at it for about half an hour. You can see quite a lot of cloud in here. There's no sort of heavier white bits that would, apart from this one here, that would signify any sort of heavier rain. I think there will be bits of just drizzle on this, and this is where really the front is sat at the moment, down through the West Country. And you can see that on the rainfall radar. That's it there. But currently the METAR for Exeter was giving broken at 1,500 feet. Yeovil was the same. Bristol was clouded in, and so were Gloucester. So that front is just tracking towards us, and at some point it'll actually reach us. Temperature wise, it's been an incredibly mild October, really. I think a few degrees above what it suggests there, 15, 16 degrees by the middle of the day. So fairly pleasant in the light winds, though there's going to be little sun, I suspect. But dew points again are fairly high. So when you've got sort of temperature 16 and dew points they're around 10s and 11s at the moment, you're not going to have a great cloud base, and I don't think it's going to be much chance of soaring today. It really just comes down to it being flyable for a period this morning, and then when the front arrives. Now, this is a sort of 10 o'clock predicted picture from Top Meteo, and you can see they're showing low cloud running through sort of Bristol down to Plymouth up to Birmingham area, and then that heading towards us over the next few hours. And by lunchtime, 2 o'clock, it's sort of over us, and then that's the front clearing through later this afternoon. And their suggested timing on the rain is sort of between now and 1-2 o'clock. If you skip forward to SkySight, they're suggesting by 11:30 the rain is sort of still well to the west of us, still well to the west of Salisbury, and it's not actually going to reach us until sort of 1-2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm tempted to go with that model, really, of a later arrival of a weak front, early to mid-afternoon. So I think we've got a chance of doing something this morning and going flying. Fingers crossed. Cloud base can be fairly variable, a little bit like it was yesterday. The cloud base was just all over the place. And you just make the most of the flying opportunities. So yeah, light southwesterly winds and a bit of rain in a frontal system later. So make the most of it, folks. In terms of airspace around Lasham, very little going on. It's the usual things on the Salisbury Plain danger area, high intensity radio transmissions, and one of the danger areas just been raised up to 3,000 feet. So nothing really going on there. I'm very, very quiet in this area here, as you would expect, as we move towards the end of the year, into the season. Operationally, there was one movement that's been cancelled. So in theory, as of looking 10 minutes ago, there are no NOTAMs or flight plans filed for 2EE. We should be free of any movements today. And as I say, Barry Elliott is running the field today, so he'll make the decision on what run to use when they start to get out and get the stuff out. And go and enjoy, folks.